welcome back to Trojan Sports Now. And with me today is Harriet Winchester from the women's basketball team. And first of all, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So how did you get involved with playing basketball?
Well, where I'm from, there was a lot of guys in the neighborhood, and because I was the only girl, the only two sports that they had were football and basketball. And I just started playing basketball with them because I couldn't play football.
So did you have like any other siblings or family members that were playing basketball that could kind of, help you?
Well, I have one cousin at South Alabama now, and he really helped me when I was younger playing basketball.
Well, that's rival right there. How do you guys work that out? I mean, you can't be a Trojan and a, what are they now?
I think we split the two. He roots for me while I'm playing, and I unfortunately have to root for him while he's playing.
So what has been kind of the best part about playing basketball? Like, what's, one of those memories where you look back and you're like, this is really why I chose this sport over anything else?
I believe winning on a collegiate level is the best part about it. A lot of children, when I was back in high school, we all dreamed of playing in college. So I think that's the best part of playing it here now.
Absolutely. So when you were in high school and, senior year came around and you were starting to narrow down your decisions for what school you were going to, what made you kind of go towards Troy and versus your other options? I'm sure you had some.
The coaches here, they were on me every day. They came down to the school, and from here to where my school is about 2.5 hours. They came down almost every day, and they invited me to the camps up here. So I think that's why I really chose the school.
So was it kind of hard choosing, different schools? Like, it's not that far from your hometown, if I'm not mistaken. So was it still kind of hard choosing Troy over other schools that were giving you, good offers too?
No, it was not. I knew this was home.
Well, that's good. So what has been, or what moment would you say was your favorite in the recruiting process? Like when you met the head coach and she might have said something that made you just go, I'm sure that's family and I'll be fine here.
They came to the championship game when I was in high school, and they was like, you're going to do the same thing at Troy University when you come, and that right there put the icing on the cake.
Of course, you want to hear a championship. So
yes.
I guess what is like who is your favorite team to play against since you've been here? I mean, you're a junior this year, but you've been playing D1 basketball for a long time now. So what's one of those teams you're like really excited when you get to play them?
I think it would be Little Rock. They give us the most competition whenever we play them, so I think that'd be my favorite team.
Yeah, Little Rock's a little difficult.
Yeah,
but
they are.
So what would you say is your favorite arena to play at?
My favorite arena, well, of course, had to be Trojan Arena. That's my home. That's it.
And speaking of Trojan Arena, that's the the home of you guys and our men. So what is some of those bonding activities that the team does? Even if it's outside of practice, what are some things that you guys do to kind of build that chemistry?
Well, we have a couple girls on the team that are like professional chefs, so they always come through with the food. And we usually go out bowling or laser tagging or anything like that to just stay close off the court.
So what's one of your favorite things to do with them?
Eat.
That's it. What's one of the best meals that they've made so far?
Amber throws down on a rotel and Bird throws down on an Alfredo.
What about you? Do you cook anything too?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs, that's
Hot
it.
Pockets. Yes, ma'am.
Well, hey, it's something. You're bringing something. So what is one of your, let's see, in a whole routine, your pregame ritual, do you have to put your left shoe on first, your right shoe, your left sock before? Do you have like a special undershirt you wear or anything?
I do have a special undershirt. It's been the one I had since last year. I always wear that one. And I listen to instrumentals of different bands, and that used to get me pumped up for the game. That's my ritual.
So what's some of your favorite instrumentals? Like what genre is the music?
It's different kind. I just like Sound of the South, Alabama State, and different things like that.
That's good.
Yes,
so what has been, I guess, the hardest part, and I hear this a lot for student athletes, what has been the hardest part about being a student athlete and that balance between getting your work done and going to practice. And I know sometimes it feels like you don't even have time to sleep.
Yeah, time management is the biggest issue right now. You got to learn how to balance everything out between study hall and practice and having a social life. But other than that, time management is just the biggest issue.
Okay, so going back to, your basketball career in a whole, and the first time you played, you were 4 years old. Mm-hmm. So what would be one of those favorite game moments? And that could be in middle school, high school, or even now, like your all-time favorite game moment.
I think it's tied between the two, winning a high school championship and then winning a conference championship here. So those would be my two favorites.
So what was that emotion like? Did you get really emotional to the point you were crying? Like, it's just, I know it's really exciting to do this, and you feel like your hard work paid off. So how intense was it when you won?
It was really intense. I don't think I was emotional enough to cry because I was so excited. So I think it was just overall just a good feeling.
Yeah, of course. Win is always a win, and hopefully you guys can bring us another one back this year.
I believe it. I already know we are.
That's what I'm looking for. So what are some of your plans after college? You're a junior this year again, and time goes by fast. It's been going. I'm sure it flew by from when you were a freshman. So what is some of those plans?
I plan on going back home and coaching there. Being a coach or a teacher is my primary goal.
And what school would you like to? Would you like to coach at your old high school?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the name of that school?
Keith Middle High School.
That would be good.
Yes,
I think they would really appreciate seeing you come back and give to the community, and because I want to leave. So for you to say you want to go back home, I think that's fantastic, and I'm sure it would be good for them to see you come back.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is one of your favorite plays to run? In high school, I had a play called Red, and it actually annoyed me. But what is one of your favorite plays that you like to run, or one that you don't like to run?
My favorite play is a play that we ran against Jacksonville State. It was like on the buzzer. I really can't think of the name right now, but it was a way that it was 3 screens set, and on that play, Amber was wide open, and we won on the buzzer.
Wow. I know that was intense.
Yes, it was.
So what is one play that you're probably like, oh, do I have to run it? And don't say too much. We don't want to get you in trouble.
One play that I do not like running, it's not really a play. It's 54 defense. I'm not a big fan of it. But it gets the job done. So.
Hey, that's all that matters. We need a win. And they say defense wins the game.
It does.
And
it has won us a lot of games.
Well, it's okay. We can tough it out for a win. So what is, I would say, where do you feel like sometimes being a woman and you're playing basketball, which is such a dominant sport, where do you feel like sometimes that there is more pressure on women versus men in playing basketball?
Pressure, I think people rely on us to have more fundamentals. And instead of men, like they expect men to just go out there and play. They want us to have fun, but play by the book. So I think that's pressure.
So do you ever feel like sometimes, like, you guys' hard work goes overlooked? And,
yes.
Just women in general. It doesn't have to be just here, but in general, because, we hear about this a lot. We look at Serena Williams and see all the great things she's doing, but sometimes it does get overlooked. So do you ever feel like sometimes you just want people to understand, like, hey, we're grinding just as hard as men are in the gym?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I think that comes down to support as well. Men sports get pretty much all the support, and women's sports, they're pretty much overlooked. But other than that, I think it balances it out now.
Yeah. Well, I'm rooting for you guys as much as possible.
Thank
so I'll
you.
be sure to let everybody know, hey, we gotta get to the women's games too. So
yes, ma'am. Thank you.
For sure. So what is one of those teams this season? Because you guys are literally in a countdown now for when y'all season start. What's one of those games you're like, I'm ready, I gotta beat them? Somebody you looking to get revenge for over last season?
All of them. Our main goal right now is Florida State. We want to make sure that we show Florida State that Troy is a big name school and that we're going to we're going to show them something.
Absolutely. What is some of those personal goals that you have? What's something that you want to do that you want to just exceed? It could be points in a game, rebounds in a game. What's something you want to go over that you did last year?
Honestly, it's just being a better leader on the court.
I agree. I think that's always very important for a team. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Stay tuned for what is coming up in Trojan Sports right after this.